Well, now we shall go ahead with the next term, that is detective story. So detective story, a classic detective story of mystery is highly formalized and logically structured mode of fiction. Fiction means, a kind of novel, an imaginary novel, a story. It is a classic a classic detective story or mystery is a highly formalized and logically structured mode of fiction. And the focus in the detective story is on a crime solved by a detective through interpretation of evidence and clever reasoning. This is a very familiar term. You watch, many films and even TV serials with detective story. And many of these modern practitioners of this particular type of literature, genre we can call, include Raymond Chandler, Patricia Highsmith, and Ross MacDonald. They have placed less emphasis on the puzzle-like qualities of the detective story, and their major focus was on characterization, theme, and other elements of mainstream fiction. Generally, what happens in detective story, the more focus is on what we call this, puzzle-like quality, mystery. But these particular writers have focused on characterization, theme, and other elements of the regular fiction. And the detective story as a form was first developed in short fiction by Edgar Allan Poe, and later it was George Burgess used the convention in short stories. Means Edgar Allan Poe developed in short fiction this particular form. Okay, so this is what you can understand by detective story. Now, another Latin term that we are going to get introduced with is Deus ex machina. Deus ex machina. It is a Latin word meaning God out of the machine. And in the Greek theater, this particular term referred to the use of a God lowered out of a mechanism onto the stage to save the hero, to untangle the plot. I'll tell you how. Suppose a play is being performed, and suddenly God appears. Now how? Means God is made to appear out of a mechanism by using a mechanism. In Ramayana and Mahabharata, you must have seen gods appear from the heaven sky. But how to make them appear on the stage itself? In films, it is easier to show them in the sky. But what about the stage? So this particular term is used to this process, the use of a god lowered out of a mechanism, okay, onto the stage. How? So it denotes scenes in which a crane machine, no, they use crane machine to lower actors or statues playing a god or gods. God is the Deus is a Greek term to refer to God. Gods are called Deus in Greek. So Deus ex machina comes from that particular language itself. Means God out of the machine. So what would they do? They would use crane machine to bring that person, the actor or the statues, god or gods, onto the stage to say things right. I mean, suppose a kind of, no, you must be knowing, in Marathi movies, a lady appeals to God, or in Hindi movies, then God appears. Now, how to make that God to appear on the stage? By using this machine. So this would happen at the end of the play. So Deus ex machina signifies any artificial device for the easy resolution of dramatic difficulties. Now you should understand the meaning here. In the ancient Greek drama, this machine was used to make the god to appear on the stage. But in modern drama, in modern stories, it is an artificial device. It may mean, suppose he come up, the writer comes up with the easy solution. With the easy solution of dramatic difficulties, that is termed as Deus ex machina. So it refers to the circumstance where an implausible concept or a divine character is introduced into a storyline for the purpose of resolving its conflict and procuring an interesting outcome. Means we say, can it happen really? No, this is how. Means something which is implausible, something which is impossible. Means I'm in danger, and the writer, the actor is in danger. It's not actor, sorry, character is in danger. He's in need of some divine power, and the divine power is made to come on the earth itself. You must have seen some Hindi movies. I don't remember the titles now. I have seen that Venkatesh's movie, movie of Venkatesh, the actor, in which that Yam comes, Yam hai hum. Kader Khan is in that role, and he has come to take the life of his mother, and this son does not allow him. So this is what is Deus ex machina. So Deus ex machinas are solutions. They are not to be seen as unexpected twists and turns in the storyline, means that end up making things worse. They cannot be seen something that contributes towards changing the understanding of the story. They are simply what you call the artificial devices, and by the story writer must show that the problem solved by a Deus ex machina is one that is unresolvable or otherwise hopeless. Something impossible. For example, a person dies. If you read the story of Sati and Satyavan, you might be knowing Sati Savitri, I hope. She brings her husband's life back. So this is something which is implausible, and the story writer tells it. Now let's see the example from a Greek story, Helen, by the famous Greek writer, playwright Euripides. So Theoclymenus is the character. He's very furious, angry when Helen and Menelaus trick him and run away together. You might be knowing Helen of Troy. Helen of Troy. The war, Trojan War, took place because of this particular lady. And she runs away with Menelaus. Okay? By tricking, by cheating Theoclymenus. And as a result, he tries to murder his sister for not telling him that Menelaus was not dead. Then the demigods Castor and Polydeuces, who are Helen's brothers and sons of Zeus and Leda, appear astonishingly to interrupt, to stop Theoclymenus from murdering Helen. So this is how we understand the term Deus ex machina. Fine. Okay, we'll stop our discussion now. We shall continue in our next lecture.